Welcome to another episode of Dreaming About Travel podcast.
I would love to go on a vacation.
Bringing you our perspective on travel news, featured places to visit and explore, traveling tips, and much, much more. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button to travel along with us. So, where do you want to go? This is the Dreaming About Travel podcast.
All right, everyone. Welcome back to Dreaming About Travel podcast. This is going to be our episode on Disney dining, and this is actually episode 105, so our fifth episode. Super excited, although we have a hurricane coming into Fort Lauderdale as we record this. Super excited to have Charlotte and Jennifer back again. Who are having much better weather up there in New Hampshire, I'm sure, right?
Yeah, usually I am jealous up here of your weather, but I think I will stick up here this weekend.
Yeah,
it's gorgeous.
Yeah, don't rub that in, please. So.
It's all right. It's February when we are under 8 feet of snow. Will have your turn.
That is true. Very true. I will rub that in at that point. So. All right, so like we do every episode, we thought we'd kick it off with our news items for the week. So, Jennifer, why don't we start with you?
Okay, so there's been a lot in the news about emotional support animals on airplanes, and they've really been cracking down on what you can bring as your emotional support animal. But recently, the U.S. Department of Transportation made a rule that said miniature horses are allowed to fly as service animals. And I just find that incredibly fascinating.
Wow.
Miniature horses?
Right. Miniature horses. They have ruled that dogs and miniature horses are both equally important as your support animal for emotional needs. And the pictures that they're showing of the little horses standing in front of people in their seats, I highly recommend you go Google it and look at it because it's hysterical. And I would not want to fly with one, but
I cannot decide if I would be horrified or in love with this being next to me.
If it was not standing in front of me, because it takes up full, the full row of there's a horse standing there. It's not. It's only 3 feet tall. But if you're sitting next to someone, you're with their horse. So
I'm just curious who's going to clean up after the horse. That's all.
Yeah, it doesn't mention that in the article, unfortunately, but that is a very valid question.
Wow. Yeah, see, that's part of you just never know what's going to happen when you travel.
That is true.
Yeah, you can run into many, many things, and a horse is now legally could be one of them.
Interesting. All right, I'm going to go Google it.
You can do it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Look at that. Look at that. All right. Everybody
their little
Google it.
They're adorable.
Charlotte's going to go out and get her support horse now.
I kind of want one. I think after the podcast and trying to fight about best dining, I'm going to need some emotional support.
All right, there you go.
What's your news article?
Okay, so my in the news is Disney just had their big D23, which Jennifer talked a little bit about in the last podcast. But they had not announced their biggest news, which is the Epcot overhaul, which I am so excited about.
Absolutely crazy.
Oh, it's the biggest news that's come out of Disney since they talked about Star Wars being released a couple years ago. So Disney is going to be completely overhauling Epcot, making it into neighborhoods. There's going to be, it looks enormous to me when I look at the map. The Moana interactive water, I don't even know what it is, but there's water and you walk through it, and it's magical.
Maybe it's the fountain.
I will just swim deep if that's true. There's going to be, France is getting completely overhauled and getting a Ratatouille ride, which we knew about, but we saw the true renderings of how that's going to happen. Guardians of the Galaxy ride is coming. And my most exciting part is there is going to be a Mary Poppins attraction, which is my all-time favorite Disney movie. So I cannot wait for that. I'm just really excited. And it looks like everything's going to be completed. in time for the 50th anniversary. So I am definitely going to be visiting then.
Maybe we'll get to float around the park with umbrellas.
That's how fun that would be. Or you go into like the laughing room and you float up.
Ooh, very cool. Yeah. That'd be awesome.
A lot of possibilities. So yeah, Epcot, I personally love it, but I do agree that it's been long overdue for a little bit of an upgrade, and they're getting that and more.
Wow. Sounds pretty cool. Mine, as you guys know, I'm a techie guy and love my technology. So this week, MSC announced that they're partnering with Harman to actually come out with a smart device that they'll have in the different staterooms on their ships. And it'll be able to recognize 800 commonly asked questions and give you answers based on that and help with some of the different things like features of the ship, where to find things, how to do certain things. So, a lot more to come on it as they build out the technology, but it sounds kind of cool. It's almost like an Alexa or Google Home for the cruise ship. So it's kind of interesting to see.
That's kind of fun. I wonder how many people are going to be trying to find the little hidden Easter egg questions.
Yeah, there you go.
There's always a few of those.
Hey, maybe they'll give away a free cruise or something for somebody that finds it. I don't know, but
that's really fun. I know my kids would love that kind of technology on a ship.
Yeah, it's going to be really cool. So, as we mentioned at the beginning of the episode, we're going to talk about Disney dining now, and I know both of you are very passionate about this. We could probably do a 5-hour episode on this.
At least.
Yeah, and so I thought what we would do is take a look at each of the parks and look at what your favorite quick service is, as well as your favorite sit-down for them. And then at the end, what your overall favorite resort restaurant is. So turn it over to you guys.
This is going to be hard. All right, should we start with the Magic Kingdom?
Yeah, let's start with the big guns first.
All right. So my favorite quick service at the Magic Kingdom. You would have thought that I'm just walking through the park right now. I know it's kind of boring, and I think a lot of people say this, but we kind of always gravitate to the Columbia Harbor House.
Yeah.
So Columbia Harbor House is located really close to the Haunted Mansion and the back end of New Fantasyland, and that seems to be where we end up right around lunchtime, which is when we tend to do a lot of our quick service meals. And a kind of a recommendation I have to people is try to get your lunch in what is going to sound like an early lunch, but 11 to 11:45 is when I would recommend trying to grab your lunch, because
agreed,
you're not going to be hitting the crazy lines that you'll hit.
You're not going to find a seat if you wait till at noon. It's just too much.
I totally agree. So I definitely recommend an early lunch, and that just, unfortunately, then you have to go get yummy snacks to get you over to dinner, which Disney has plenty of. So you will not regret having an early lunch. But we like Columbia Harbor House. I don't eat meat, so this for me has a lot of really great fresh options, like their away sandwich, which is their version of the tuna sandwich, is really yummy. They have great shrimp options that my boys really like, and fresh hummus, and it's just kind of a nice, and they have your traditional sandwiches and burgers that you can always get, but for me, they really have a nice variety of fresh, gravitating towards a healthier, lighter choice for lunch that is always delicious. So Columbia Harbor House has my vote for the Magic Kingdom.
All right. I am going to go with Pico's Bills.
Ooh, another good one.
Frontierland. And one of the reasons I like this restaurant is because everyone in my family finds something that they like on this menu. So it's Mexican, but they also have cheeseburgers, they have nachos, have rice bowls, they have, if you're looking for some healthier options, they have the jerk chicken lettuce wraps, which are delicious. And we just usually get tons of soft shell tacos. And then the best thing about Pico's Bills, besides the fact that the food is actually really good, is they have a toppings bar. And you can just go over and load up on your cheese and your salsa and whatever you like, and you can just make the craziest tacos and have.
You can like make a meal out of the topping bar.
Yeah, I mean, and then they have burgers too, so they have just like pickles and there's tons. Like the topping bar is huge, and you can just put whatever you want on your plate. So you could order. We usually order like 2 sets of the taco trios, and then go over and load up on toppings and. The 3 of us just kind of munch on that, and maybe a little bit of nachos later in the day too. But Pico Stills,
love it.
It's delicious, smells good. It's right in Frontierland, so if you're looking for something before a parade, which is a good place to watch a parade, by the way, which we can talk about in our podcast. Frontierland's a great place to watch a parade. You can go grab some food, sit outside. It's perfect. So I'm going to go with Pico Stills.
That's excellent. Yep, yum.
Now we're all going to be starving after that.
All right, so now we have table service.
Table service, hard one.
Table service. So Magic Kingdom is not, I would not say, the home run for best table service in the park.
Agreed.
All right, good. We though found the last time we went, we tried the Skipper Canteen, and across all 5 of us just thought it was a super fun and really yummy restaurant. So the Skipper Canteen is close to the Jungle Cruise, and if anybody knows the Jungle Cruise, the Skippers take you out on a very cute little boat ride and have really bad senses of humor. So if you like corny jokes that just make you groan out loud, you've got to love it. Then you would love the Skipper Canteen, because the wait staff are like the skippers on your Jungle Cruise ride. And they had my teenage boys just in stitches with tears with their really subtle, silly comments back when we would order things. So we found this to be a super fun, kind of interactive restaurant, and it was really fun for if you're kind of not, you've got the kids that aren't really wanting to do character meals anymore, but you want something that is a little Disney magic. This for us was great. And on top of it, the food was really, we all really enjoyed our meals. All found something we loved to eat, and we're definitely going to be going back on our next trip.
That's awesome. That's one place I have not hit yet, but I'm hoping to hit next time because it's still fairly new. So
it is. Yeah. No, I can. If you're in the parks, that's the one I can recommend for the Magic Kingdom. I liked it a lot.
Awesome. All right. So I'm going to cheat on my sit-down service in the Magic Kingdom because, of course I am, because that's what I do. As Charlotte said, the Magic Kingdom is probably my favorite park. Well, they're all my favorites in different ways, but it's probably my daughter who's 7, so it's her favorite park. But it just is not my favorite at all in terms of food, especially sit-down meals. It's really limited, which is very odd, I think. But anyway, so we are going to head out of the Magic Kingdom. We're just going to head directly outside and hop on the monorail and just scoot on over to the Grand Floridian. Just, it's a quick little ride. It's like taking a ride, basically. I always tell her it's like another ride. We're going to hop on the monorail. We're going to scoot over to the Grand Floridian right across the lake there, and we are going to go to 1900 Park Fare for my favorite down meal. Specifically, the nighttime character meal with the it's technically you're there to meet Cinderella and her prince, but actually you're really there to meet the evil stepmother and the stepsisters because if you want hysterical character interaction, then you need to go to 1900 Park Fare for dinner and meet the stepsisters. They are absolutely hysterical. They are so funny. They never break character. One of them talked to my daughter about birds for like 15 minutes, and it was the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, it was just ridiculous. I mean, the stepmother is exactly how the stepmother should be. She's not nice. But she is very fun to interact with. So it's one of those little more off the beaten path kind of meals. Not everyone knows it's there, but it is The food is actually pretty good too. And then as a bonus, you get to hang out at the Grand Floridian, which is one of the more beautiful hotels, very old traditional. Yeah, it's gorgeous. So just even going there and hanging out, especially when the new Beauty and the Beast bar opens, which will be opening shortly there. You could go have a before dinner drink at the Beauty and the Beast bar. But anyway, so yeah.
That's a great one. Yeah, we have made and canceled. Yeah, we've made and canceled the 1900 Park for reservation almost every trip, and we have never actually made it.
And you know what? Your boys would love it because they are hysterical. I can't even tell you how funny the stepsisters are. They're just so funny. So, you know, Cinderella,
right,
Prince, yeah, whatever.
Canteen, and I will 1900 Park Fair it.
Yeah, you guys will do it.
Awesome. All right, where do we
want to go next?
All right, let's hop on the monorail. Oh, no, let's save Epcot. Should we head over to Hollywood Studios?
Yeah, let's save Epcot for last. There's so many choices there.
Right. That's such a tough one. All right, Hollywood Studios.
This one's a hard one for quick service, so we're going the opposite way now.
So exactly, just like Jennifer said, and I'm sure I'm going to just read her mind here, whereas the Magic Kingdom was lacking and fantastic choices for sit down, I think that Hollywood Studio of all the parks is probably the most lacking for quick service.
Agreed.
All right. I'm hoping this changes now that Star Wars is opened and there's going to be some more choices over in that area, but it's very hard for me to go and find anything that I'm super excited about for Hollywood Studios. So I guess I would lean towards starring roles. Starring roles, it's
to get coffee.
What'd you say?
I said to get coffee.
Yeah, well, last time we went, they had these amazing, they were tucked away in the back, but they had these amazing sandwiches.
Huh.
Yeah, so it's not your traditional burger, but their desserts were delicious, and we really enjoyed they were all pre-made, so it was really nothing super exciting. But we went when it was not too crazy hot, so we liked to sit outside on the little cafe chairs they had outside and kind of watch people go by and avoid the craziness of the big food service market closer to the Tower of Terror, which can sometimes be overwhelming and crowded.
Yes.
And you are very close to the Brown Derby outside bar, which is one of the great places that you can get a real delicious mixed drink made for you that is not your typical Disney watered down drink. Nice bartenders, really fun drink concoctions, and that really helps overcome the fact that I don't love the quick service options at Hollywood Studio.
Yeah, that is okay. So we're kind of along the same path here. I don't know what to recommend at this one because most of the quick services are not very good, let's be honest. And a lot of them are, burgers and chicken fingers and fries, which is fine, but not something you want to have all the time. So, but my family tends to do, and again, I might be cheating a little bit here, is we will go to the ABC Commissary and grab just, some French fries or some chicken fingers or something kind of easy to grab, and then walk out the door and take a right and walk over to the Baseline Tap House and sit there, grab some beers because they have I have a huge beer list there, great beer list. And we kind of make our own quick service because, again, we're not thrilled.
So we clearly both have the same way to survive quick service.
I thought it was funny that you were recommending one near a bar. I'm looking one near a different bar.
So liquor is involved in what you're saying.
Yeah. These are your Disney survival skills, people. Take notes.
If your kids, you can do the same thing if your kids really like pizza. Pizza Rizzo is right near the Baseline Tap House, so you can go over and grab a personal pizza for your kid. And then again, walk back. They have some great outdoor seating right there, some big umbrellas if you're hot. And we usually will just, snack and have a couple beers, and that's kind of our quick service for Hollywood Studios, because they just don't have a lot to offer there.
No.
I'm not seeing a huge improvement coming with the new Star Wars land, but we can certainly hope that the docking bay, which is going to offer food, has something decent. So.
I'm hoping. We'll let you know when it opens.
Well, it's open now, but we haven't gone yet. So we'll let you know when we go.
All right. Sit down meal. So this is a tough one, because I like a lot of times when people go to Disney, I like to recommend kind of fun, interactive restaurants that you don't always get a chance to do when you're at home, which both Sci-Fi Cafe and Primetime would offer you. But I think for this one, I'm going to lean towards the Fantasmic dinner at Mama Melrose, or lunch, either one that you choose to do for a sit down.
Mama Melrose.
So the Fantasmic meal at Mama Melrose allows you to get an appetizer, get a meal, get a dessert, whether or not you are on the dining plan. And it also comes with priority seating for Fantasmic at night. So if anybody's been at Hollywood Studios, especially during busy times, you will see people lining up on Hollywood Boulevard, sometimes 2 hours before Fantasmic starts, to try to get into the amphitheater. With this special little ticket that comes with your sit-down meal, you not only can show up about half an hour before Fantasmic starts, but you also have what I think is the best seating in the house. You are just center stage on the water. Not only that, but my kids have eaten at almost every single restaurant at Disney. And outside of the Yachtsman Steakhouse, they claim that Mama Melrose actually has the best steak on property, which is weird for an Italian restaurant. But
I've heard that. Many actually asked, and many people have told me that is their favorite steak, because I have a client specifically that has asked for the best steak on property, and that is where they're going.
Yeah. So, and it's held true over the years that they order it and they continue to love it. And I love their penne alla vodka. It's just got a delicious creamy sauce that is delightful. And their sangria is nothing to laugh at. Again, Hollywood Studios theme. But yeah, and the tiramisu for dessert is like a real tiramisu, which is super duper yummy. So, and it's cute. It's like a cute little cozy, kind of dark brick little Italian restaurant. So Mama Melrose, Fantasmic package, my recommendation.
I love it. I love Mama Melrose too. So I'm going to pick a little bit torn here. I think I'm going to go with Sci-Fi Diner.
Good choice.
Only because it's something very unique that you can't do really anywhere else. So basically, you are in you're indoors, but you're basically eating in cars at an outdoor theater showing cheesy B movies. And it's not a whole movie. You just see different trailers for different movies and everything. And it's super fun. They show little like cheesy cartoons. You're sitting in a car with your family, watching the whole indoors. It's a night sky painted above you with stars, big, huge movie screen in front of you. And the food is actually pretty good there too. I mean, it's very basic, just, hamburgers and fries and chicken sandwiches and things like that, but they're all done really well. Everything's cooked great. There's something on the menu for every single person in your family. It's not a super expensive meal, which is nice. So you can go and save a little bit of money that way, and it's for lunch or dinner because it's not too heavy. But just the atmosphere, it's super fun. It's super cheesy. Everyone laughs. The drinks are awesome. Just the light up drinks, like not even just the alcoholic drinks, people, but the light up drinks that the kids can get and everything. It's just a super fun experience. And I just highly recommend it.
And it's really fun when you watch kids that don't know, like their parents haven't told them what they're walking into when they first kind of see the actual restaurant with the cars and the movie screen. They just are kind of like, what the heck am I at?
Yeah, and the trailers, the weird, the sci-fi 50s B-movies trailers, 60s B-movies trailers they're showing on the screen. They're all like super funny and cheesy. My daughter thought they were hysterical.
I love they show like the old drive-in commercials, like with the popcorn dancing.
Let's go to the favorite. Oh no, it's great. And the kids get their own little, like they get a little driver's license. So they feel all special, like they're the driver of the car, and it's great. So that's gonna be my recommendation.
Sit in the front of the car, which is super fun.
Yes. So just based on the atmosphere and how fun it is, there you go. That's what I'm going to recommend.
I like it.
Awesome.
All right. So now we are heading to Animal Kingdom.
Animal Kingdom.
Oh, another one I love.
So many good things.
So we love Animal Kingdom because we really love kind of different types of ethnic foods, and Animal Kingdom is like a home run for that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Lately, we have been gravitating over to the Harambe Market for quick service.
Oh, good place.
Yeah, it's just kind of, for us, it's not always overly crowded. And they have a couple, it's in just one small area, but they have a couple different choices that you can have. So not everybody has to agree on one single restaurant to make them happy. We find our table. We're usually on the dining plan, so the kids have their magic bands to go pick the quick service they want. And there's really a lot of choices. So you can get chicken tikka masala and other really yummy Indian food, or my kids tend to go to the other window and get racks of ribs and burgers and like full like quarter chicken. And it's just really kind of fun and unique. And you look like you're at like a train station stopping along your journey somewhere. So I would say Harambe Market, there are lots of choices and stuff that you can't get at the other parks.
And also, if you are using your My Disney app, make sure you use the mobile order for Harambe Market, because it makes it a lot faster to get your food.
Oh, that was my Did You Know?
Sorry.
Did you know, Steeler?
You can talk about it. That's all I'm saying. Charlotte will tell you more after the end of this podcast.
We'll talk about it now. That was a great point. Yeah, using the mobile app service really can save you a ton of time. It's just like your Starbucks app. You order and it's only ready when you drive up. Only better.
Okay.
More magical.
All right. Well, we'll go to my pick now, and you can recover. So I love Harambe Market too. I'd probably pick that, but since you picked it, I'm going to pick Flame Tree Barbecue.
Another good one.
Yeah. So great place. Just barbecue, just like it says. So ribs, chicken, pulled pork, baked macaroni and cheese, chicken salad. I mean, just everything that is delicious is at this place. So it's super great area, super easy, has tons of seating on the side. Walk up to the window, you order, you go sit down. And strangely enough, last time we were there, it was raining a little bit, and some characters came over because I guess they didn't want to stand in the rain.
Funny.
So we had a little character meet and greet with, some Jungle Book characters. Their names are King Louie.
Baloo?
Yeah. And Baloo, yes, sorry. I was like, and the bear, but I couldn't think of his name for some reason. So you might be surprised by some characters who are coming in out of the rain. But the food is good. The chicken, to die for. And it's huge plate. So you don't need to order for everybody. You could share very easily at this place. And just so good. So, yeah, Flame Tree Barbecue.
And the seating's really pretty.
The seating's pretty. It's kind of enclosed. It's a little bit enclosed, but still open, which is why we could stay out of the rain, but we could still see everything that was going on. It's and a very jungly feel to it, so very fun.
Yeah, that's a great choice.
Fun. Well, thanks.
All right. Well done. All right, dinner at Animal Kingdom. So this is a toss-up for me. This is going to probably be the only buffet that I will recommend, because we are not huge buffet people. But we love the Tusker House at Animal Kingdom for our sit-down. It is has so much fun food, so many different options. Goes back to what I said before about being able at Animal Kingdom, being able to try a whole bunch of different ethnic type of food. So they have your normal prime rib and chicken that you can order, you can get sliced off the bone, but they also have curries and chicken masalas and so many delicious homemade hummuses and soups. And we tried one year. I didn't make a reservation here. And he must have been 13, just said that we had to beg the hostess to see if she could sneak us in because he said it was not vacation at Animal Kingdom if he did not eat at Tusker House.
Smart boy.
So, yeah, for the small, there's characters there. You'll have all your Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Daisy, Goofy, and their safari gear, which is fun. If you're celebrating a birthday, they'll let your kids march around. We tend to, even though we're talking about sit-downs, we didn't really specify dinner. So we tend to cheat here a little bit, and we get a 10:45 reservation, which we love because then it's almost like we have 2 meals in one, because they have breakfast out when you get there. And then by the time you go up for your second helping, lunch has come out, which is, especially with teenage boys, makes them very happy. So we start out with the yummy Krispy Kreme donuts that are in the middle and omelets and delicious breakfast foods. And then we switch over to lunch, and we are full for the rest of the day and kind of just live on snacks at the end. So, yeah, Animal Kingdom, I will say Tusker House.
You're so smart. I agree with you. I'm not even going to argue. It's Tusker House. There's no competition.
Mark this down.
Tusker House.
Mark it down.
Mark it down. I'm going to say that Tusker House is probably one of the best sit-downs in all of Disney World. The food for a buffet, like you said, I don't mind buffets, but this buffet food is good. It is really good. It's different than your regular buffets. Again, more of the ethnic food. And then if you have picky kids, they always have the chicken nuggets and all that for them too. But yep. I mean, even my kid ate some stuff that was a little bit different, and she doesn't eat anything. So, well, anything but pizza and chicken fingers. But anyways, and the place, it's a really cool place. Just the way it's set up is cool. And you know what? The character interaction here is amazing. It's not just, here's a hug, I'm moving on, like you get at some of your other character meals that are oddly popular, like Chef Mickey's, which is definitely not my favorite. But there's dancing, there's, you wave your napkins in the air, and there's singing, and there's interaction. Yeah. And I mean, it's amazing, especially if you have younger kids. It's the place to be. And if you go to Animal Kingdom and you do not go to Tusker House, you're just missing out. It's a wonderful place and a great sit down meal.
Yeah, you're right. And I totally forgot about the character interaction. Last time, a couple years ago, we were there and my uncle was with us, and Daisy had given him and one of my younger sons a kiss, and Donald came over and was so mad at her. And his hands were on his hips. She kept on hugging the boy. It was really cute. They all got a laugh out of it. So,
and the safari outfits, I mean, they could not look any cuter than they do in their safari outfits.
I mean, the little tails wiggling out of the bottom. Adorable.
I love it.
All right.
So, yep, I agree. We're in agreement on one thing. Yahoo!
Shocking. Wow, the hard one.
Now it's getting real, man. Now it's getting real.
Wow. Karl, do we only have to pick one?
Yep, you can only pick one.
Oh,
okay,
fair.
If you want to eat, before we even start, if you want to eat food, like, I don't care what you want to eat, if you just want to eat really good food, just go to Epcot.
Just stay in Epcot.
Just go,
do a whole
walk around
in Epcot
and eat. But, all right, so we have to pick one. Okay.
All right. Quick service.
All right, I know what I'm going to pick for quick service.
All right, I got it.
Okay, go ahead.
Tangerine Cafe.
Oh, that was what I was going to pick, but I'll pick something else.
Tangerine Cafe is so good. It's in Morocco. Don't let the fact that it's in Morocco scare you if you're not used to trying kind of fun new foods. because everything here is like super simple. What we love is the freshness and the quantity of the meals that you get. So even though I always want to try something new, I always end up with the chicken kebab platter, which is just like this delicious, delicious chicken and hummus and tabbouleh and, oh my God, goodness, and naan that you can scoop up your delicious hummus in. And it's in the really beautiful courtyard of Morocco, which a lot of people don't give Morocco enough time, because Morocco is one of those weird countries, and Epcot, that if you walk by it, it looks like it doesn't have a whole lot going on. But you really have to go deep into the back of Morocco to see that there's like a whole, they set it up like a bazaar in the back, which is just kind of a neat place to check out. Sometimes Morocco or oh no, it's not Morocco anymore. There's a new, I still always call them Morocco. The Moroccan band will be playing, and my husband and teenage boys also love it when the belly dancer decides to show up and put on a little lunchtime show, because why not? Something for everybody at Disney. So yeah, Tangerine Cafe is, without a doubt, we never miss it on a vacation.
So again, we agree. So that's 2 in a row, which is crazy that we agree on the number 1 for Epcot. There's so much good stuff. But since you said Morocco, I'm going to go to the other side of the World Showcase. So if you need something closer to the other side of the water, we're going to go with La Cantina de San, and I can't say it in Spanish, but La Cantina de San Angel, however you say it in Spanish. But so this one is right at the entrance to, when you walk into the World Showcase from the rest of Epcot, you take a left, it's right there, it's across from what looks like a giant, the pyramid is where you'll see it. So it's right across the water, right across the way. It doesn't look like much. It looks like a small building but it has some really good Mexican food there that you can get quick service. Has great outdoor seating where you can look right across the lake and look at all the rest of the showcase. And if you eat there late enough, you can sit there and watch the fireworks, but you have to get there kind of early to get those seats. But it's a wonderful seat looking out across. Great tacos, great Mexican food, nachos to die for, and dessert, churros. So
love the churro.
Love the churros. So if you are not near Morocco, you're on the other side of the world showcase.
That's a good one.
Go there, get some nachos and get some churros, and just sit down and look out over the water. It's just beautiful and a great way to view the whole showcase.
That's a great one.
You
could also start your trip around the world with a margarita. Don't forget.
Well, we're going to have to do another show on drinks around the world.
Drinks and snacks. Yep.
Drinks and snacks. That's what we'll do for another one. We could talk about that all day.
Yeah, no, that's a really good choice. I love the view from that quick service.
The question is now, what are you going to choose for your sit down, and are we going to agree on this one?
I cannot answer this. Hold on. All right. If I were to die tomorrow and could only eat at one last Epcot restaurant, where would I want to be? All right, I will tell you what I'm torn between.
All right, maybe one of those will be mine.
Okay. I am torn between Via Napoli, which has become one of our new favorites.
Yep.
And Mexico.
Okay.
And
I would choose Via Napoli myself.
What'd you say?
I said I would choose Via Napoli 10 times out of 10.
All right. Yes. Right? So good. All right. You talk about Via Napoli, and I will just add Mexico in as our runner-up.
Okay. There's not a better option, people. Go to Via Napoli.
So good. It's so good.
So good. So the best pizza, authentic Italian pizza. You can get one for the entire family. We prefer to get a couple, even though there's only 3 of us, because we all adore pizza and we'll eat it nonstop. It's so good. Get whatever toppings you want. If you're not in the pizza mood, they have pasta, which sometimes my daughter chooses pasta, so good for her. More pizza for me. It's delicious. It's the best. It's also, so many wine pairings. Again, you're in Italy, people, so wine and pizza and pasta, it's all there. It's a carb lover's dream. That's where you want to be, Via Napoli.
Did you know they ship their water in from Italy because they said they would only open it if Disney would provide them water straight from Italy because they said they couldn't make their crust with American water?
Yeah, the waiter told us that one time. I was like, are you for real?
Yeah. I've heard the same rumor.
Yeah, so totally authentic, people.
We so love it here. And their pizza's like, Jennifer's not kidding, like size of the table if you order the mezzo.
And why wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't you? Actually, the last time we ordered 2 mezzos, and our waiter thought we were joking. And we were like, oh, no, bring it on. And I'm sad to say we finished 2 mezzos.
Well, the thing is, they bring it to you, and you're like, oh, a couple slices. But then all of a sudden, it's all gone, and you don't know where it went.
And then you're too sad to leave a few slices there on the plate because it's so delicious.
Right.
Yes. So totally agree. Via Napoli is always a never miss for us. The only reason I was leaning towards Mexico for our second runner-up is I will admit for years we avoided Mexico pavilions to eat because I kept poo-pooing it as we can eat Mexican anytime that we're at home. But I will say, taking that aside, for the ambiance, both Mexican restaurants have something to offer. The San Angel Inn is really cool because you sit almost like the sci-fi where Jennifer was saying that you kind of feel like you're outside even though you're inside. San Angel Inn has the same feel. You are actually sitting on the river of the ride, the boat ride that is in Mexico. And it looks, it's so fun. And you look like you're outside at nighttime with the lights strewn over you, sitting in Mexico. And we'll talk about it later, but you can start out with some lovely margaritas, some amazing queso, which was one of the best I've ever had. And they just had some really, really fun Mexican meals that you don't always get at your local Mexican restaurants. If you're not from up here in the Northeast, at least, we're a little lacking in our authentic Mexican restaurants.
You're telling me Chipotle is not authentic?
Yes, absolutely. So that one's really fun. And then across, I'm going to call it the street, across the street is the Hacienda, which I like for a totally separate reason. That one is kind of like Jennifer was talking about the quick service. That one is right on the water. So if you time your reservation correctly, the entire restaurant is floor-to-ceiling windows. And you just could not ask for a better view. When the lights go down and they pipe in the sound from the show, which was Illumination, but will now be changing, and they pipe it in and you are just front and center to the absolute best view. And usually you can time it so that when dessert comes out is when the lights go down, and it's just a great kind of dinner and a show for me. So although I agree, Via Napoli's number one, I have to concede that I didn't give Mexico enough of a chance in the first few years.
And it's good.
It's good.
So I think we did all the parks, right?
We did.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, so now
you can tell we like to eat.
Are we calling Disney Springs a place?
I am super hungry now from all this talk around food.
I am too, actually.
But
we'll have to do something else on Disney Springs. I don't think we could even start with that one.
All right, another podcast.
But we do have, we wanted to get from you guys your overall resort meal, your favorite for that.
All right, I have mine. You want me to
go? Go, because I'm still walking through them in my head.
I'm starving now, but okay. So my favorite resort meal is, technically it's on the boardwalk, but it's the Bon Voyage breakfast at Trattoria El Forno. Good. Probably so good. Best breakfast. I think it's probably the best breakfast in the entire of Walt Disney World. Great menu, delicious, just whatever you want. I mean, so good. And it's not a buffet. It's a sit-down breakfast. They bring you the menu, and you can choose all these different breakfast burritos and just souffles and all kinds of different great things that they make there. And they also, this is another character meal, which is another reason I really like. First of all, the restaurant's gorgeous. But this is a character meal with Rapunzel and Flynn Rider and Ariel and Prince Eric.
And when do you ever get to meet those? Ever?
No, you never get to meet them. You know, the princes are so fun to me and so different. So if you have boys that want to meet princesses, it's a good one to do it. And Rapunzel does a dance and she sings, and it's super fun, but it's also kind of, how do I say, it's kind of like classier than your regular character meals because you're in this beautiful Italian restaurant, right? It's gorgeous. Everything's very classy and kid-friendly classy, let me just say. Everything's gorgeous. Everyone's, dressed to the waiters and waitresses are all dressed in the nines. The servers are all, into it. And then Rapunzel comes out, and it's just lovely. The food is delicious. So that's going to be mine. So if you stay at Boardwalk, I guess it would technically be part of the Boardwalk Resort. That would be where I would go for breakfast.
Good choice.
Thank you.
I like that one. All right. I am going over to the Animal Kingdom Lodge, which has actually almost all of my top 3 favorite restaurants at a resort. But I'm going to change it up a little. I'm going to go for a special night out, which I haven't done any sort of what we call signature, the higher end restaurants. And I'm going to pick Chico.
Ooh, fancy.
So Chico's is great if you are looking for just a delicious meal in a beautiful setting, amazing South African wine selections. Do not expect a fast meal. It is a slow-paced evening of just an amazing options for food. Probably one of the best meals I've ever had on Disney property was at Chico.
Wow.
But again, a special night out. I would not recommend this for, exhausted kids after a full day at the park.
No.
But if you are looking, you have older kids, or you and your spouse are just looking for really a nice night out together, or you're doing an adult trip, Chico is hands down my favorite.
So it's great for like a date night or, anniversary or something like that, right?
You've got it.
Very cool. Wow. So those are some amazing suggestions. So thank you guys for that. And I'm sure our listeners really appreciate the information because they're probably going to be starving all the way till they get to Disney now. So.
Oh, go eat, darling.
All right. So now it's time for our Did You Know and Travel Tips section. So Charlotte, why don't we start with you?
All right. So Jennifer stole mine, which was the mobile app. So I'm going to go with, a lot of people don't realize, they always think that they're booking their Disney vacation a couple months ahead of time, and they think that's booking it early. But a lot of people don't realize that reservations open 180 days prior to your first day of your reservation, which is 6 months ahead of time. Reservations start to be made. So if any of these sounded delicious, you can bet that Jennifer and I are not alone in thinking these restaurants are amazing. And I just hate it when I see poor people that don't know show up to Disney unprepared, and they have a hungry family, and they show up at a podium only to be turned away and told there's no room for the rest of the evening. It's just heartbreaking to watch. So make your reservations early, make those dining reservations if you can, when you can, and just go in a little bit prepared.
Great advice.
Good tip. And my tip is going to be specifically for those families who have younger kids, especially younger princesses who will be bringing their princess dresses to Disney. So those princess dresses tend to have a lot of sparkle to them, which means you end up with glitter all over your clothes in your suitcase. I know this from my own princess.
Problem I've never had.
Yeah, see, if you have boys, it's not quite as necessary, although this tip might help with younger boys too. But one travel tip I have for you is to get some big gallon Ziploc bags. And each day of your trip, if you want to make it easier on yourself, put together your kids' outfits and put one in each bag. Makes it so much easier for packing. If you have younger kids who need to have an extra set of clothes with them, it's always necessary. Trust me, I've learned this the hard way. You can throw one of those in a backpack when you're out in the park. You have your princess dresses, fold them up, put them in the bag. You don't have glitter all over everything else. And then when your kid says, this is itchy and it's hot and I don't want to wear this anymore, you can change it out for the other outfit you have in the bag. Even if you have small boys, you can just fold up their shorts and their pants or whatever they're wearing, throw them in the bag. Every day, all you do is pull out your bag with today's clothes, and then when they're dirty, you put them right back in the bag and throw them in the suitcase. So
that's a great tip. Yeah, we did this when they were younger, and you're right. It was life-saving. There's no tears in the morning. You just grab your bag and go.
Yeah, you just grab your bag and go, and if you need the extra bag, you just put it in the backpack. It's so much easier. Everything's much flatter, especially with your fluffy princess dresses. I mean, it's just so much easier.
Great
and
idea.
That glitter, the glitter never comes out. So just be aware.
Now I want to find out.
I'm going to have to remember that for my princess dresses now.
Control the glitter, Karl. Control the glitter.
There's nothing wrong. Anyone can wear princess dresses. I tell my daughter, anyone can wear whatever they want. So
that's right. That's
don't want the glitter on things you don't want glitter on.
That's right.
So my Did You Know is actually around, since we mentioned at the beginning of this episode that we're recording it while a hurricane is going to be heading towards Florida, was around hurricanes and cruises, because a lot of people just automatically assume that a cruise ship is going to be a hurricane. That's not the case. So actually being on the ship is typically one of the safest areas, because those ships can outrun a hurricane, and they usually will always adjust that itinerary to go out of the path of that hurricane and where it's going. So I know we've been receiving notices all for the past couple of days on all the different cruise lines saying that they're changing their itineraries to make sure that they avoid it. So just be aware that you are very safe if you happen to be at sea when a hurricane hits, because they're going to go away from it. So,
all right, Karl, make a reservation quick.
Definitely, I'm going to go last minute.
I bet there's lots of room on them right now.
Yeah, and some of the ships, since you mentioned that, is some of the ships are actually coming back a little early and getting people off the ship so where they can stay, on the ship. And then there are some cruises that'll be out in a different port for an extra day or two instead of coming back like on Monday or Tuesday, just because they want to make sure that everybody's safe. So.
Why it's so important to get your travel insurance.
Yeah, exactly. That's why it's so important to have travel insurance.
I gotta think of worse things than being stuck out, a Caribbean port for an extra day. There's got to be worse things in life. If that's the worst thing that happens to you, then you leave a very blessed life. So.
Right. I wish upon you that is the worst thing that will ever happen to you.
That's
exactly.
Right. Well, thank you both for your time today. I know our listeners are super hungry from listening to all this and excited about all the information we've given them. I think it's time for us to go grab some food now, because we're all starving too. So. We look forward to seeing everybody on our next episode. And, if you have any questions or comments about this episode, or you want to tell us what your favorite Disney fast quick serve restaurant was, or sit down restaurant was in the parks, feel free to email Jennifer or Charlotte. Jennifer is at j.cusato, Cusato, at dreamvacations.com. And then Charlotte is at c.trodden, Troddyn, at dreamvacations.com. They'll be more than glad to talk to you about Disney and anything you have around that. So, great.
Absolutely.
Have a great day, everyone, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right.
Bye. Stay safe out there.
We will.